Japanese unicorn stuff part 2. First one up that we got trying out over here is Suntory 100th anniversary, and this is the Japan exclusive anniversary blend. So just to make sure, this is not Harmony 100th anniversary. This is anniversary blend. So it's not the Harmony.
Yeah, this is just Hibiki.
Yeah, awesome. So this is going to be the first one that we're going to be trying out here, and it's clocking at the usual 43% ABV, and then we'll just go one by one as we get to it here. All right. Now I didn't get a chance to let it sit out for too long, so may want to just take a sip and leave a little bit of tank to kind of go back to. That's a possibility.
Much more intense than I'm used to from a Hibiki.
Oh man, 43%. This is like carrying a load of flavor on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of punch on that. That is interesting.
Didn't you say that like there's like some old stock in there too, right?
Well, this one is according to the booklet that they all come with is Hibiki 17 mixed with Yamazaki 30 Mizunara.
Happy days.
Happy days. Yeah, no, happy days here.
Oh, but you know what? This nose is like
it's
so
calming down.
Rich.
It is calming down. It's coming in light notes, very light, still bold, light, a little sweet, but like in a fruit, apple, pear,
Asian pear.
Thank you.
I mean, that's like really characteristic of Hibiki, right? Like that pear.
That's true, but Harmony doesn't carry that.
Yeah.
That's from aged Hibiki for sure.
I'm getting some like deep sweet sugars.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But you could tell that's like a natural sugar.
It is
natural sweetness.
Yeah. It's like when you like caramelize like an apple, like when you make apple pie kind of situation, right? Yeah.
But that's you could just smell that all day. So interesting is the front there's nearly nothing, but the moment you swallow it and let go the mid-long palate, everything shows up. Like there's just a wave of flavor once I swallowed it.
That reminds me of some of my reaction to some of those Kleinlich ones with a very kind of waxy kind of like
front.
Yeah,
I agree. It was a bit of a waxy front. I don't remember that from ever before, but waxy front. But then once it goes to mid palate, it just opens.
I have to let it sit on the tongue for a little longer before I swallow. But like you've already seen that. Like once I swallow that mid palate,
it
just stays there. Yeah,
pops right open.
Yeah, because that front is that much front on there.
Yeah, it wasn't, but there's like more marathon style than sprint.
Yeah. Usually the front is mostly just like burning, right?
Yes.
But then like when you get to a certain like price point, it's like it's subtle and then like mid, like just it, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just kind of nose the second one over here. Right. What do we have? Okay.
We have a big brother.
This is the Hibiki 100th anniversary, 21-year-old, 43% as well. Although it's been
these 200-year come out or 100-year anniversary kind of came out at the same time.
No, and actually they're completely different markets. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the 21 also uses Yama 30 Mizunara.
But then how is it a 100th anniversary when it didn't come out in the same year?
Well, they came out in the same year, but this one came out probably fall. This came out literally December.
Okay.
But this one is international only. Retail.
Let's go ahead and nose it and see kind of where we're going.
Mizunara right away. That's Mizunara 100%. The first one was a hint of it. This is just like no, you're Mizunara now.
Yeah.
For what I'm getting, it's not as bright.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
The pear itself or overall?
The pear itself.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
It's just heavier. It's like a very, very much more oak focus,
It feels denser almost.
Denser. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What I'm getting that reminds me is a little bit of a caramel. It's a very light caramel. Like it's this thing of that sweetness that encroaches on caramel, but stays within what's clearly a natural a flavor.
I would almost say that reminds me of a toasted barrel. Not like a regular char barrel, but like a lightly toasted one. All right, let's go.
Like, we stop talking about the smell. I want to drink it.
Ooh.
There's like a spice and heat element that is not on this one here. Like there's some spice elements on. I don't want to say baking spices, but there's some kind of a
That is
Spicy.
so different.
Yeah.
I thought they would have so much more in
No, this is so
similar,
different.
but I'm like, no, this is. I feel like it really is like, not that they're resembling 17 and 21, but just also the difference. You know, when you have a 17 and 21, you join a side of the discussion, right?
Yeah.
And this is the same. It's like there isn't a middle ground. I would say higher intensity at the middle. At the same point in the middle, this one's actually higher intensity. Very front of that one, a little bit of bitterness, or astringentness, depending on how you want to describe it. I would put it probably an 87. So I agree with the first one being a 91, 92. Quickly on the first one, sweeter. Honestly, I might put it into a high 90 because the front of it being pretty empty is a little bit of a letdown, but it glows and opens up so much in the middle that's what we're really shown to me. So I would put it, let's call it an 89 just because it's lacking in the front. This one I would put it probably an 87 because I'm not getting as much sweetness, especially when you're saying it's Mizunara. I'm not getting Mizunara on the palate. The nose is absolutely delectable though, but unfortunately, I can't be blind to the price on this one. For what you're getting, I'll have to ding it on that one for not giving me as much of that sweetness.
Yeah.
I would say this is an apples to oranges discussion in
Yeah.
terms of which is better. It's like it depends what you want. If you're looking for the traditional Hibiki experience, then I would go with the blended.
Yeah.
Third one up in our little unicorn series here is the Suntory Whisky
Hibiki.
Hibiki.
That's just Hibiki. There's no harmony. There's no 17. There's no
That's interesting though, but they like
Hibiki.
So what year was this bottle again?
I believe this is between 89 and 92. This is from my understanding of the bottling, this is a third batch. Based on the characteristics of the labels plus the cap plus this tassel, it is a third batch. But so for extra context on this one, in the original Hibiki blend, they took everything in Suntory's disposal and they blended this, so this is a 30 plus cask blend.
oh wow.
Whereas Hibiki 17 is sub 20, and so is Hibiki 21. And then I believe Current Harmony is only 12 casks.
Oh, I mean,
far richer. This is not
strong.
Hibiki.
this is
style
like
nose.
honey. This is like a candy bar. You ever like have that like honeycomb like candy bar from the UK? Like the honeycomb ones.
yeah.
It's soft though, right? The nose is so soft. Like
Yeah.
even though
Like
there's a
chewy
richness,
honeycomb, yeah.
yeah, there's a richness of aromas, but it is gentle. Like I don't know why. Like my nose feels like it's like going through like just a light mist or something, you know.
So very bright though.
So this is the original iteration.
Man, I can
Therefore.
Oh. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's really like masterfully blended. That's not.
It's so the interesting is I don't know why, but it actually had a cooling effect, and there's no reason it should be a colder temperature. But the tip of my tongue felt refreshed on the touch, very gentle, light medium uniform flavor. I'll have to go in for a second one to get more details, but yeah, like on the texture, it's very memorable.
It's refreshing. I agree. It's like
Yes.
very light and refreshing, but like there's so much on that end palate though that
Mhm.
sits there, right?
The initial palate reminds me of this candy I had as a kid. It was like a harder type of candy with a lot of subtle flavors,
Okay.
subtle fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you bit into it, it had that strong but subtle fruit flavor, and that's what this has for me.
The texture is very unique, and we were talking about like oiliness is nice, but this one is very thin, yet it's refreshing. It's flavorful and refreshing. It's refreshing like cool water when you drink it, but there's so much flavor to it, right? So it's not lacking by any means.
All right, let's do the last one now.
All right, what do we
Last bottle on this taste through here. We got the Yamazaki 18 Mizunara 100th anniversary. This does seem to be the 100th anniversary kind of a.
Well, it was 23 was a anniversary, so what are you gonna do?
So that's fine.
It's
This is clocking in at 48%, so it is a little bit of a higher one compared to the other ones.
what was it called 25?
All right,
That's true.
Let's see what we got.
this knows it then. So I'm glad that we let it sit. Oh my god!
We're right right back to Mizunara.
Mizunara.
But I think this one tastes a little bit more complex on the nose.
I
definitely
agree.
than the other.
Softer.
This is more balanced, actually. Even though it's more powerful.
It's a different pair.
But yeah, it just hits you like a ton of bricks, you know.
I'm having trouble believing. So I've only had Hawkshoe 1800th, and I'm having trouble believing, nose only, that this is going to be inferior to it. But we'll find out later.
Where this was unbalanced a little bit, like too much oak. This one like does what that should have done.
I
Wow.
agree. This
Yeah.
The Miz oak is like
the oak
It's heavy, but it's
balance long.
it is balanced. Yeah.
Medium long finish. Surprising given
It stays
all the
there for
Suntories.
sure,
Yeah, it
yeah.
definitely has a.
That's what.
This is closer to hero wise than
Yeah,
that's the hero.
yeah.
And this one has almost no information in the packaging.
Yeah.
I agree though. Like if I was gonna pay that price point, this is what we were expecting.
Yeah. That's like that what I was wishing.
Now this is delicious.
Let's see what the whiskey base. This is a great,
yeah.
flex bottle. You know,
It's a flex ball. It's hard to find this balance in Japanese whiskey. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any kind of whiskey, like getting that really
Yeah.
nice, unique balance of that wood and the grain and that pear. I've never had pear like be that like
This is
pronounced.
yeah.
That's a feat in of itself.
The,
you know? That's
how's the burn for you guys? I'm at little to none,
yeah.
and the best way possible. This is tough though. It's a little apples to oranges, but I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, these are just like on a league of its own compared to these two.
I
For
agree.
me, where it's like
Yeah.
1 and 2 for sure. But like these two are kind of even playing fields for me.
Okay. Yeah, this apples to oranges, so yeah, I could see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, this one just disappointed me on the front though.
I'm just so curious if that older Hibiki was a 48%, how it would hit. Like,
Let's just rewind my whole life and get back to you.
yeah, exactly.
That was fun. This is
This
definitely a
was
fun one.
a fun comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because at least 3 of them. I don't think there's Mizunara in there.
Yeah, that one.
There's no Mizunara, but at least 3 of them having Mizunara, and then you have one that's the predecessor of the other 2, or the progenitor, not even predecessor, just the straight progenitor of the other 2. Is it was very good side by side.
Vanilla frosting,
The
right?
frosting, yeah.
vanilla
The
frosting.
frosting
that
almost,
Hibiki
yeah.
is banger.
It's still changing. Like I think I want to let that
It's-
sit for a little
That's the only
bit.
Hibiki I genuinely thoroughly
I'm getting like frosting on this one.
Yes, 100%.
For me,
Yeah,
it's
no,
because
that's-
the
People
nose
try to
is
really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no, people try to lowball me. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, well, so if I have a no box, I'm trying to sell them for $650. If it's to a friend, I could go pretty close to my cost, which is just under $500. So
I'll hit
$550.
you up soon.
Technical difficulties there. Yeah, you'll just edit it out, please. But in any case, this is a fun. Hopefully, this brought some pull back the veil on some of the Japanese unicorns out there. There's not a whole lot of information out there, so I think it's helpful to hopefully glean some pearls. But anyways, thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.